Welcome back to Stripped, Drop Your Patterns. If you are new here, welcome to the space where we strip away everything you were taught to be, everything you've been performing, everything that is not you, so you can connect from your truth, not from your conditioning. And if you've been with me for a while, hi friend, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this work with me. Thank you for simply showing up. We are officially in the second week of January, and for many people, that New Year glow and the resolve to do this year differently is already wearing off. And your mind may be wandering back to last year, to the choices that you made and the actions that you took or didn't take, to the moments you swore you'd handle differently next time. But I don't want you living there anymore, because the journey that I'm about to guide you through this year starts with one thing: letting last year stay where it belongs in 2025. Not shoved down, not judged, just released, so you can step fully into the person you're intending to become. Throw out the rules, forget the cliches. This isn't about the perfect profile or the perfect date. It's about real connection. It's time to strip away the masks, shed the stories, and drop those old patterns that no longer serve you. Tired of dating advice that doesn't fit? So are we. Welcome to Stripped, Drop Your Patterns, where conscious dating isn't about following a script. It's about embracing your whole self and attracting the kind of love that sets your soul on fire. I'm Rachel J., the connection coach and your host. Let's get real. We've been friends long enough that we can cut right to it, right? Okay, so here it is. You cannot become the next version of yourself while you're still shaming the last version of yourself. Let that sink in for just a moment, okay? You cannot become the next version of yourself while you are still shaming the last version. Shame is heavy, it slows you down. Shame sits in your body like a sandbag, and it drags at your ankles the moment that you try to move forward. When I'm working with clients, I see the same pattern every single January. They want a different year, but they're still judging who they were in the last one and how the year ended up. And you cannot change from a state of self-rejection. You can only change from presence, from acceptance, from self-love and compassion. And I want to be clear, compassion and approval are not the same thing. Compassion is curiosity. It's recognizing the parts of you that made decisions based on perhaps fear and giving that part of you grace. It's soft, right? Approval is permission to continue making decisions from that same mindset. That's more like a bulldozer energy. Big difference, right? So today I want you to call to mind the version of yourself that you were last year. The patterns, the habits, the coping mechanisms, the insecurities, and instead of throwing them away, which is avoidance, or pretending that they never happened, which is denial, I want you to actually look at them, just with that curiosity and that compassion, because you can't release what you're unwilling to acknowledge. So let's do something together. If you're somewhere safe, I invite you to close your eyes. And let's just take this out of your mind and into your body. So take a slow breath in, hold it, and then exhale gently. Now I want you to call to mind the version of you who moved through 2025. Picture them standing a few feet in front of you. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe they're frustrated or afraid. Maybe they're even proud of themselves, but afraid to admit it. Just observe that version of you standing in front of you. And now, instead of judging them, I want you to sit with them like you would sit with a friend. What were they carrying last year? What did they try so hard to get right? What were they terrified of failing? Let whatever answers come. And now, quietly, without forcing anything, I want you to picture that version of yourself from last year. Not to judge him, just to acknowledge him. And then offer him something simple like, I get why you made those choices. You were doing the best that you could with what you had, but you don't have to hold all of that anymore. Just feel that. Let your breath deepen. This is what release actually feels like. It's not pushing away or shoving down. It's not rejecting or condemning, but it's just closing the loop. When clients come into my practice, this is one of the first things that we do. It's not strategy or tactics or even dating apps. That all comes in time. We start by releasing the version of them who was trying to survive with limited tools. Because until they let that version of themselves go with compassion, every new behavior feels like just another mask they have to keep up. So let's get into how this relates to your patterns. When you shame an old version of yourself, you stay energetically tied to it, and then you keep recreating situations that match the frequency of that version. This is why you date the same people, why you repeat the same communication patterns, why you show up with the same insecurities and limiting beliefs and narratives disguised as just being realistic. Your nervous system will always pull you toward what is familiar, even if it's painful, until you consciously release the identity that was shaped around that pain. So letting go without shame isn't just about your mindset. It's about your body, your energy, and your sense of who you are. And it's the first step toward the deeper journey that I'm getting ready to lead you through this year. A slow, steady return to self-trust, groundedness, and a presence that feels solid from the inside out. It's not about becoming a new you. You just need to stop fighting the one that you were yesterday. So let's bring this into dating for a moment. If you ended 2025 frustrated, maybe you got ghosted, maybe things fizzled, maybe you kept choosing people who weren't choosing you, there is a version of you who internalized that. And if you don't release that version, you will walk into every new conversation with your guard already half up, your body waiting for the next hit, your mind rehearsing the past instead of meeting the present, and you reaching for confirmation that you're okay. And it's not because you're weak or clingy, and it's not because you can't handle your emotions. It's because an old version of you is still driving from the back seat. So before you send another message, before you re-download the apps, before you go on your next date, I want you to just pause and ask yourself, is this coming from the me that I want to become or the me that I haven't released yet? And this is where you start to shift. So let's close this out with a grounding moment. If you are somewhere safe to do so, of course. Place a hand on your chest, the other hand on your belly. Let your breath drop down low with a full belly exhale. And repeat after me, either to yourself or out loud. I release who I was last year. I see them. I thank them. I let them go. I choose who I am becoming today. Feel that in your body, the softening, the quiet, the space. That space, that is where your 2026 begins. Thank you, friend, for dropping in with me today. This work, the inner, the somatic, the energetic work, is the foundation for absolutely everything that will make your dating life feel easier, lighter, and more aligned this year. And if you felt something shift today, you are going to want to be a part of what's coming. In just a few weeks, I am launching a brand new year-long journey, a slow, intentional, transformative path designed to bring you back to yourself and build the kind of internal stability that makes dating feel completely different. If you want to be the first to know when it drops, make sure you're on my email list. You can join through the link in the show notes. And if you are interested and would like to explore a more hands-on experience, I invite you, of course, to schedule a complimentary kickoff call. We can speak more specifically about your unique circumstances and brainstorm your best next steps. And finally, if Strip speaks to you, then it will likely speak to other people in your community. So kindly tap that like button and share within your circles. It helps the show to grow, which also helps your dating options to grow. Until next time, be kind to everyone you meet, especially the one in the mirror. Bye for now.